All right, and I am live. Good afternoon, everybody, from Toronto here in Canada. Welcome to all of you. Just a short little hangout. A very nice day here in Toronto. More beautiful weather today. Actually, it looks like the weather picture's kind of improved for the balance of the week. It's just a chance of a scattered shower. So tomorrow is going to be the in-town day. I needed today to edit videos. I had a lot of videos that had to be edited. Vegas Vixen, what's going on, honey? Let's see if you can swing around here. Picture. So we've got Vegas Vixen. Julie Army, how you doing, honey? Nice to see you. It took a long time to put that Pride video together, and then the other video too from dinner. Toronto's so sparkly. Always love Toronto. I have this Julie Army mom. Hello, Elvis. Going out there. So, my impression of Toronto is a very clean city. Nice people. Jasmine, how you doing, sweetie? Joe Smith, nice to see you. Oh man, I'm just counting the days till I can get U.S. Data, yeah. This has just been chasing Wi-Fi around here. I should have listened to Elvis before I came off these things. I'm telling you, you're going to need this plan. I'm like, no, man, I got this great Verizon. Hey, Christy, how are you? Cheryl, how you doing? Are you getting a haircut soon? I don't know. What's going on, Mike G? How you doing?
Gotta get the sun from battering me.
Yeah, the sun is low in the sky here. I think it's getting on 8 o'clock. What's up, Sean? Queen Cash Taz, how you doing? I have an interesting video I'm going to be putting up. Aloha, Colleen, later today on the Pacific Mall.
Okay, yeah.
Mega. You could probably move forward, but you can have the sun will see, you know.
Yeah, but you have to move the camera more towards, just turn it a little bit. There you go. Now we got it.
This Timmy's coffee is incredible. I'm still in shock that for $1.90 Canadian, which is $1.35, $1.40 US, I can have such an excellent cup of coffee. I don't like Starbucks. It's too brutal.
Yeah, I hate it. Even the one that's light roasted Starbucks is not good.
I have Starbucks and my stomach feels all acidy for the rest of the day. The acidic value is so high. This Timmy is all about, how you doing, Richard? I watched the Pride. Thank you very much, Richard. I was very happy about the response to the Pride video. Remember, I'm using a cell phone. Pulled you, my brother-in-law pulled you there. Looking forward to see you on the way back. They will have a drop searching this time. I already got pulled over and searched before, so it's nothing new to me. Oda May, how you doing, sweetie? I'm anticipating being searched again, so I spent an hour and 15 minutes on the side of the detention area there, so they went all through the rig. I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, there's an inconvenience factor to it, but it is what it is. How you doing, forever friend? Good to see you, Matt and Eric. Ella Bella. Ella Bella, I sent you a message today, so we should be good to go. Cobra John. Oh, that's for Elvin. I get stopped too. Did you go? I did not go to the parade today, Ontario Chick, but I did do the Pride Fest last night, which was pretty cool. Hey D, what's going on? Gina C, nice to see you, my girl. Hazel, how you doing? I'll tell you what, Nathan, I'm enjoying Toronto. I think by Wednesday I'll be ready to go. I need a new city. Tomorrow's going to be the cooler downtown. That's what I'm going to focus on. So that's going to be it. Oh, thank you very much, colleague. Toronto's on a par with California, so I didn't feel it was shocking. I mean, how in the hell can you produce a cup of coffee for $1.90? I don't know. Canadian, this is great.
It's a great deal.
It's great coffee. It's a great deal. It is really a good deal. world traveler, U.S. border, and one she was crossed many times. Yeah, I mean, Jolie, Army Mom, whenever anybody suspects, thank you, Cobra John, whenever anybody suspects that you're living in a van or so, they're always going to look, and the California plates are almost an automatic. There's not that many out here on the East Coast, you know. And oh, thank you, Hazel. I hope you're doing good, babe. How are your cheeks doing after your piercings there? Oh, thank you very much, Rock and Robin. Okay, gotta run. Take care, Nathan. Good to see you. Would you come back to Toronto again? Would you ever come back here?
Oh yeah, I think I definitely
I
would.
would come back in summertime.
Yeah.
I don't think in winter it's just too brutal here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to see in there.
Hey, Kit Kat, how you doing? But how about the boondocking weather?
It's great. The boondocking weather is great. I think that like I said before many times to people who do with urban camping, there's downtown, there's city, and then there's suburban, and then there's rural. I find myself to be happiest in the suburbs.
Okay.
And then when I want to get food, going to the city. But
Cobra John, thank you, sweetheart. Coffee is on Cobra John. Thank you, sweetie. I didn't really listen. I have to go back and listen to what Elvis was saying on his stream, because he had a headset on and he had earphones on, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, some people, it was late. It was like what was it, like midnight basically when we got in position.
Yeah.
You know, 11:30. People have been drinking all day. Stuff got a little crazy, and then somebody, take care, Ontario. Nice to see you. Hey, Canadian Rashid Mack. Yo, D, where are you at? What were your thoughts on last night? I mean, the woman hit your stick right off the bat.
Yeah,
Then somebody almost hit me with a car.
well, like I said, it was a culmination of things where I made me really angry. And like I said before, first of all, I was trying to back up out of a crosswalk, almost hit somebody in behind me. Second of all, we get out of the rig, and all the people, traffic, somebody almost hits you with the car, somebody almost runs over with a bicycle, and then after that, the girl came up to me and hit her hand on my camera. Thought I was going to get knocked off, and at that point, it was a build-up of thing. I was triggered. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take it out on somebody. And people could see the look in my face, in my eyes, and they were not approaching me and stuff. They knew I was pissed off about something, and I was pissed off. Really, I was. And it takes a lot to get me angry, but a lot of things happened. And it reminded me of, like I said before, when I was in Miami Beach. The first time I was in Miami Beach, crossing the crosswalk, same thing. Somebody almost hit me on a motorcycle or a car. And the way that people were driving, and the energy of Miami Beach was very negative when I went. It had a college crowd and a lot of cops. I got that same negative energy level there, not as much as Miami Beach. I did say one thing that was good about it, and you believe that mass of people that was there, and I didn't see any fights.
And I didn't see many cops. I didn't see
many cops.
Very small cop presence.
Not for the
I thought the Canadians were extremely. If that had been San Francisco, there would have been people puking all over each other. There would have been cops in there with pepper spray and stuff and sticks. Yeah,
People were pretty well behaved for as many people as there were.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was good for 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever when we were there. What I still can't believe is that Marshall parked the camper van in Core downtown Toronto on a Pride day.
Illegally though.
Well, it was Pride night. I knew that the cops had bigger fish to fry than writing tickets. But nice spot.
Well, see,
anyway.
the scary thing is about, like I told you before, is that the ticket is one thing, but if you get booted, or if you get booted or you're in your home and you get booted, you know how scary that is? You're in your camper van, you're in your home, you get towed. The damage to your rig, the cost to get to your rig, that's a very scary proposition. And I don't think that you've ever faced that before. And I don't want to face that. That's something very ugly to face.
Oh yeah, I don't police my side, Chad. My mods know I don't really care. I just want people to be positive on the stream if possible. I did not see. I was in the midst of it. Rosie I can't believe you'd be homophobic. So, comments. Who was going to pay for it, Elvis, if you got the Oda made? Let's try to keep it positive, okay? Lots of love. There we go. Thank you, Hazel. How are you doing, honey?
Again, imagine this. You're in your home. You're in your camper van. This is your home. You got it booted.
Thank you.
Now you're at the mercy of the city and stuff. You're stuck in one place. Or if you get your home towed, it's
Yeah, I've
somewhere
never
sitting
heard
in a tow
Elvis
shop.
make a homophobic remark. I'll tell you what, though, Marshall. I have a sense, and I know events, that they're not going to have people out writing tickets for a pride event. It's like you.
I think the thing that shocked me most about this event, and I've seen Pride in Chicago,
Thank
was
you,
there was
Queen
people
Taz.
out there that were completely naked. And I've never, have you seen that at San Francisco
Yes.
Pride? I've never seen it in
the
Chicago
beta
Pride.
breakers. They run naked from the bay over the hill to the
How
ocean.
did they allow that though? That's against the law.
They started cracking down on it, but man, as the people whizzing on the streets and stuff, it got out of control.
No, people were walking naked.
Yeah, he felt intimidated a bit, but remember, he's got a selfie stick projecting in front of him. He's a target on the street out there.
I'm not. Let me just. I've said this before. Okay, this is the difference between me and you. If I've got a selfie stick and I'm walking down somewhere, people assume just because you have a selfie stick and camera that you want them to be on camera. And that's not necessarily the case. Just because I'm recording and I have a selfie stick doesn't mean I want someone in my video or I want to talk to somebody. And that's the difference between me and Rosie. She'll talk to anybody, but I'm very selective and stuff. And I want to have full control over my content, over my camera, over who I want to talk to, and who's going to be on my channel. And that's the difference between me and her. That's a clear difference. I like to have full control and stuff. And I don't like to have somebody on my camera not knowing what they're going to say, not knowing what they're going to do. Or I don't have to talk to anybody. It's just like I'm saying, I can be selective.
Well, I
That's the
think
difference
you were shocked to see the guy just wearing a Prince Albert, and that was all.
That was shocking, but again, I think overall when you're Choochin with the camera, you want to talk to just anybody. But I'm very selective. I want to have a mutual agreement. I want to be able to say to myself, you know what, I'd like to talk to this person, or I want them on my camera. I don't want them to be forced upon me. Like, let me give you an example. Like, if you're at a bar, right, and somebody's hitting on you, right, you have the choice to
Of course.
you have the choice to say, I don't want this drink, I don't want to talk to you, leave me alone, right?
Yeah.
You've got
In
no
a polite
choice.
way.
In a polite way.
Yeah, no thank you.
And that's the same thing with a selfie stick. What's the difference? You have the choice to say, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you to be on my video. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make. That's it.
Thank you very much, Andrea. So I thought it was, I'll go back and watch it.
You have a choice as a
I agree.
as a
I don't
person.
have
If you don't want to talk to somebody, if you don't want to be on the camera, that's just the way that
I
I am.
agree. There's no issue with me on that. I agree. I'm a very outgoing and gregarious, and I like to engage people. And you could tell people enjoyed kind of, they would give me the, mugging for the camera and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it was I'm a control freak on my content. I like to have full control. I don't want anybody. That's why I don't do good with. I don't do good. I don't want to be. I just do good by myself. I don't want anybody else in there unless I know what they're going to say, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So that's the way I am.
I really enjoyed the event overall. I thought it was worth going down. Thank you very much, Random Trucker. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm so glad we went down to that event. Like I said, I thought Marshall was going to get frustrated and just take off. There's no place to park. We're out of here, And but he stuck with it and found a place to park.
Now, let me just clarify this. As a person attending the event, it was a fun event to attend if you didn't have a selfie stick and camera. But if you got a selfie stick and camera and you're walking around public, people are going to come up to you. So you can either take it two ways. You can be like Rosie and just talk to anybody, and then just have anything happen, or you can be like me. You can be a control freak. You can be. I'm a dominant alpha male. I'm a control freak. Rosie's a
How you
alpha
doing, Liz?
person, but she's not a control freak when it comes to her channel. She'll talk to anybody on the street. Anybody. That's the difference between me and her. Like I said. That's just the difference.
Yeah.
It's just,
But I do really think that you have to be impressed with the behavior of the Canadians that were on the streets for not
Okay, like
being drunk. And I mean,
Exactly.
in San Francisco, it would have been a melee.
I think for me, where I would fit in is if I was around a bunch of nomads, or we're sharing the same lifestyle, then I could relate to people and talk to anybody. Like if I went to, the RTR or something. But with you, like I said, with Rosie, it's she's an open. It's anything goes basically. It's anything goes. And just that's not the way I am.
Thank you, Noel. I appreciate that, honey.
That's the point that I want to make and stuff. I
So
don't like anything
the
goes.
things I still want to accomplish, we're supposed to meet KM tomorrow night. That's going to be great. She lives in the greater Toronto area here. What else? Downtown, go down to cool downtown tomorrow and
Okay.
do like the CN Tower and things like
But
that.
don't tell them the surprise though. We're not going to talk about the new thing we talked about today, right?
Oh yeah. Let's keep that under wraps. Got to have a little bit of a surprise.
We got a
I
big
don't really
surprise.
want a lot of travel problems either. I had a real tough thing with the border. I think this person just, wow, they almost hit that car out there.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
It was very, hey JK NoCal, how are you? Nice to see you. No, but I get some of his point. It was very stressful parking that. I couldn't believe he parked the motorhome and found a spot. It was basically only 3 blocks from the core activities, which was good. Hey Shannon, how are you? Well, I just try to be upbeat when I'm doing
Technically, where I parked at, I made a video of it. It was technically permit parking. You have to actually have a permit to park there. So I was technically not legally parked.
Yeah,
At
but
that
I think a
time.
lot of people that night were just squeezing it in where they could. And I think cops, I don't know, maybe the side chat agrees with me. Cops have a little forbearance for that when it comes to that. So I hope you also enjoyed the dim sum adventure today. Certainly not his to liking, but I really enjoyed having a taste of that in Toronto. I'm going to visit Cesar. No, I'm not going to visit Cesar. No. His ultimatum is you've got to basically, let me pork you or else just be done with you. Even though I bought the guy a graduation present of a tablet for his graduation because his
Cesar?
family. Cesar is down in Southern California. He's a nice guy. But just when he got what he wanted from me, he just turned. So yeah, I mean it's just like it's like you give an ultimatum. It's either D and me. D and I aren't doing anything. Elvis and I aren't doing anything. Traveling and seeing stuff, and I don't need a romantic entanglement. I'm more interested
I look at Rosie
in.
as my mom. I've said it before.
Thank you very much, Dagan. I'm more interested in kind of, meeting women and stuff like that. So I'm like, but his family's like, we're not coming to your graduation. You're gay. We don't like that. We're not coming to your graduation. I felt bad for them. So I thought I'd be a little. I was even thinking about going down and going to the graduation, but.
I don't even know who this person is you're talking about, but I'm sure. Does he have a channel? Is he a YouTuber or something? Or is he just the audience?
Oh, Richard says, Rosie, did you explain to Elvis what tripe is?
Isn't a stomach a cow or something?
Yeah, it's stomach. It's,
I gotta say that, Rosie, your recommendations for Asian, you're all right. I do like the greasy.
yeah, we're just different. Yeah.
But she recommended the seafood hot pot to me with tofu, and it
Thank
was
you,
pretty
Hazel.
bad. We had some dim sum today, and the sausage was a little bit. I'd rather have Italian meatballs, okay? And then we had some of that tripe and cabbage. I'd rather have just cabbage rolls from Pole's place. We had the little, what do they call those, a haggan or something? Hagdown, which was just looks like this little dumpling with
The siumai was like a pork
shrimp
dumpling.
and rice in there. Again, I'd rather just have a pierogi. I don't, Rosie's Asian food recommendations, I
It
don't,
means I've got to pass through, I've got to go through Buffalo to get down to get down into the eastern U.S. there. I'm like 1 mile from there. Well, I'm going to be in there. I got Ella Bella down there, so I'm hoping we're going to do like the anchor wings and the Muzzy's wings and do the whole experience for me to go down there. And Ella would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, well, I'm going to be down there on Wednesday and hanging out Thursday. Maybe Thursday and Friday, depending what's to do in the Buffalo area. Maybe Rochester too. It's all very close together. Buffalo will be a one and done for me unless it's a really scintillating experience. I mean, I could come back to Toronto again, no problem at all. I mean, there's a lot to do here. Buffalo, I'm not sure. I haven't been down to Buffalo. Oh, you're feeling better? That's good, D. On a vegetarian diet, that's good. Yeah, we'll see how the weather holds up. We'll see what the weather is here tomorrow. Might actually turn out being Tuesday, I'm not sure.
You got a 60% chance to rain tomorrow, and I think Tuesday is like...
So I might take a look at the generator tomorrow, I'm not sure. Choochin, Rochester, baby. I'll be so happy to get my data back. My data back. Give me my live stream. Choochin, the streets of Toronto. How you doing, Lee? Nice to see you.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, Choochin on a Wednesday afternoon in Buffalo.
Oh man. Yeah, I want to see Buffalo. The nice thing is, I'm in Canada now, so when you go down to the Niagara Falls, you're actually going to see, I think on the Canadian side, you get a much better view. So I'll do that before I cross over into Buffalo down there. I'm going into withdrawal too, but I've enjoyed getting back to my roots of. Thank you very much, Mallory. I appreciate that, sweetie. Nice to see you. But I've gotten back to my roots of like edited video and putting that up and doing that. That's been okay. It's been. I think people have enjoyed the edited videos and they enjoyed like the night ride through Toronto. I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I don't want to commit to Rochester. It's relatively close. I have the ability to go maybe 4 to extend to 6 weeks at the most on the travel. So I know it feels like I'm naked, Hazel. Hold me. Canada Falls are so much nicer, exactly. Okay, you'll meet me if you do.
Rosie, just one quick question for you now. Again, I wanted to kind of ask you, since I've been in Toronto, you've been staying in your van about 3 days, right?
Yep.
Okay. So now you're officially a quote-unquote van dweller nomad. What do you think about the spots that don't tell them where, but the spots that I found as far as the quality of boondocking?
They're good. If it was me alone, I'd be much more core, like Marshall said. You have downtown. You have, what was the second one? You have sort of then you have suburb.
Well, you
then
you have downtown,
yeah.
And you have the city uptown. So basically downtown is downtown.
That's the core.
Albeit is considered city.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you get into Vaughan or...
Hey, River Fox.
You get into Vaughan or Woodbridge, that's considered suburbs, right?
Yeah.
And then you get outside of that, it's rural.
What I like is to kind of push the envelope as close as possible to be like down in the core, because my rig is much more stealth than his is. You got to be careful with, it's a much 50% bigger than my rig.
It doesn't really matter. There's market regulations. It doesn't matter what rig you have.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying, as far as people thinking I might be sleeping in the van,
right.
it's like they're not thinking I might be sleeping in the van. I'm going to be traveling. Hey, Kuana, how you doing, beautiful? Another 2 to 4 weeks. This is the 2-week mark since I've been on the road.
There is no free parking in downtown, technically. It doesn't matter.
You guys sure eat a lot of food. I don't think so. I mean, I had a dim sum today. I'm still not really hungry right now. So, Do I eat? I don't think I eat a lot.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
No, I really don't. I think she does like this
Yeah.
certain Asian food that she'll eat
Yeah.
more of. I think if you put Asian food in front of Rosie, she'll eat more. And if it's a different kind of food, she won't eat that much.
I'm willing to try any Middle Eastern food. I'm looking forward to going back up into the Michigan again and doing that whole thing. Dearborn. Yeah, I don't eat a hell of a. I don't live to eat. I eat to live. So that's the difference. If I have a coffee in the morning and say one Tim's donut, I'm good to go. Something like that. But in this where we were before, this Asian area, I couldn't resist. I mean, all around me is like top flight Asian restaurants. I'm like, I'm going to give this a shot. If you were Choochin, the internet helps to tell it. Yeah, thank God, Karina, for internet places that have it. So, Goldie, thank you very much today. I appreciated your tip. I really, really appreciated it. Thank you so much, sweetie. Hugs and kisses to you. Is it true Canada has big recycled, no plastic movement in place? There's not a lot of trash around in the streets and stuff.
It's pretty clean overall. I think that there's certain pockets of Toronto that have the homeless. They have their pocketed areas, from what I heard.
Yeah, I think that the thing that shocked me the most about Toronto, although I should have known it because it's an enormous sized city, was the size of some of the mansions that we passed yesterday. That absolutely blew me away. The magnitude of some of these homes. What the hell was the name of that road over there?
I forgot the name of the road, but it was in Scarborough.
It began with a P or something. I don't know, but my goodness, that thing was amazing. That blew me away. Yeah, old mansions, Goldie Con, beautiful, beautiful, with massive wrought iron gates. Some homes go $1 million over the asking price. I can believe that, Tool Bus. I can believe that. Your friend's the chief of police in Toronto. Okay, take care, D. Yeah, it had to be old money. I'm thinking banking, like Seagram's, distilleries, the Bronfman family, people like that up here. Nice to see you too, Robert Sharp, handsome Robert in the chat. So either tomorrow is Core Downtown or Tuesday is Core Downtown. We're going to try to meet KM for dinner tomorrow night or something, some kind of type of meetup. That would be cool. Meet another YouTube. The man in the black resembles Elvis Presley. There you go. A few people have said that.
It's hard for me to see the chat from here. It's kind of far away. That's a little bit better, yeah. Really hard to see.
Yeah, thank you, Nola. It's been really hard to go live. It's been frustrating. It's been abandonment here.
I'm better looking than Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash didn't have these lips.
Yeah, no, Michelle, what you didn't know, I was surprised by the magnitude. In my travels, it reminded me of Newport, Rhode Island, and some of those absolutely enormous properties up there that they have. Enormous.
So really, all in all, what did you learn about Toronto? Seeing it now as a perspective, as a traveler, than working here. What's your opinion on it so far?
You got to remember when I came in, when I worked for the Royal Bank of Canada, I would fly in 4 times a year for meetings at the Royal Bank of Canada building downtown, the headquarters.
Yeah.
And we would just do core.
Yeah.
We would just do core activities. You know, the NHL Hall of Fame, the Hockey Hall of Fame, the CN Tower, the Royal York Hotel down there. So I never really got to experience a lot of the homegrown Canadian.
Right.
But I'll tell you, the people were as friendly as can be.
Right.
I mean, I've not seen one person drunk. I saw a couple of people drunk last night. I've not seen a mean drunk. I've not seen any like vagrancy
kind
on
of
the
stuff.
streets or anything like that. I've not seen one vagrant or anything.
I think
up
there is vagrants, but they're in a certain area. So
Yeah, the people are extreme. They're Canadians. Everybody likes Canadians. I never found
they're pretty
anybody.
laid back.
But I was really most happy to find the Asian, the Asian section of Toronto because that's where I feel most comfortable. Yeah, there we go. How you doing, Andrea W? Nice to see you, honey. Miss Pissy is next to you. Yeah, you are, Mike Loyal. Very good. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, honey. I really enjoyed the challenge of putting together the night ride through Toronto last night. So glad to hear that, Andrea. That's kind of cool. I like pushing the envelope on a cell phone to see what I can do with it as opposed to traveling with all my camera gear.
Kat, I want to mention to you, like my mom does miss me. I really need to get back home with my mom because I talked to her on Facebook today, my sister, and she says she misses me and I've been away a while and I really want to get back home. I don't want to be out on the road too much longer. So
Yeah, Mike Loyal, either tomorrow or Tuesday will be Chinatown, and then Wednesday out of here. The city looks big, it's cool, there's a lot of areas to explore. Would I come back to Toronto? Absolutely, I would come back to Toronto, absolutely. And I hope to in the future, now that my travel stuff hopefully will be more straightened out. I know there's some people that have speculated that I BS'd about the passport thing, but you clearly saw the printed statement on my passport that this is a temporary travel document and you have to provide additional information before a full passport, I think I missed something. Everyone you pass by gets a choice to be caught in your video. Actually, there was a sign that said, by entering this area, you're freely consenting to your image being filmed in this
and
area.
plus people can make money on you and monetize.
Yeah,
and
people
everything.
can monetize and make commercial content on this event. I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, having said that, I don't stick the camera in people's faces, okay? How you doing, Michaela?
As long as you're not zooming
Thank
in on
you,
anybody,
Kiki.
you can't get struck for stalking. If you zoom in on somebody and have face that, you can get struck for.
But I like the way Canada had that specifically stated in large type on a sign that when you enter this venue, this is what the expectation is with that. That was pretty interesting. That made it clear.
Yeah.
So nobody could freak out. I mean, I would still honor somebody's request not to have the camera.
And I didn't see too many cameras for the amount of people. There was a few cameras, but I didn't really see that many. So.
It's good to have boundaries, exactly. It's also good. How you doing, Joe Smith? It's also good when somebody tells you no that you respect that and you turn it away and you put it down. Vegas Barbie, how you doing? Nothing wrong. It was shocking for him, not for me, from San Francisco, to see a guy walking down the street with just a Prince Albert.
Yeah, I've never seen that in Chicago. I don't think I've seen that in Chicago. I might have, but I don't think I have.
Now there were not many, but quite a few women with breasts out, no pasties or anything, which would have been perfectly fine for YouTube because it's a public event like Mardi Gras. They can't strike you for anything that naturally happens in a public venue.
But at Mardi Gras, people don't go naked.
Yeah, they do. Topless for beads. They're tossing beads.
Naked, they
Not
were.
well. I'm sure there's some nakedness. How about down in Key West for fantasy?
They're not naked. It's just their tops.
I don't know.
But I'm saying, how does San Francisco get away with that?
It was just the quantity of it made it such that what are they going to do?
What are they going to do? Just arrest everybody?
Now they've made it clear that you'll get a misdemeanor, but people ride bikes naked and all kinds of stuff. It's specifically why people turn out to watch the Beta Breakers events, is to watch that. Yeah, Times Square painted body, no clothes.
It's usually the undesirables that do that, though. The older,
I don't know.
they're not
it's older
younger
people. They're not younger
They're
people.
nudists.
Yes.
Nudists are
Yeah,
usually
I would
older.
agree. Yeah, pride's like that everywhere. You can see the guy on my thumbnail. He was pretty wild with his unicorn. I thought he was pretty cool.
Which
Had
guy?
his unicorn.
Oh,
Let's see. I mean, it'll be yeah. I think the ABN will be coming up in January. That's going to be a new too. It's been legal for women to be topless in Canada since okay. All right, Bucky, how you doing? Nice to see since 1990s. So I certainly saw that last night. There was only a tiny little bit of weed. If that was San Francisco, you would have smelled the
you know what?
weed.
Why wasn't there more weed
I
there?
don't know why there
It's legal
wasn't
in
more
Canada.
weed. Yeah,
There's more alcohol than weed. So.
in San Francisco, that place would have been coated wall to wall with drugs and stuff and weed and all kinds of stuff. The tequila said, Marshall, you got to lighten up and have fun. Jeez. I noticed Marshall, he'll reach a point and then it's triggered. There's no pulling, there's no coming back from that point, No matter how much you try to la 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 la, there's no pulling back for him on that. Once you pass that trigger point across the river, the bridge is burned,
I don't like. I
Okay,
think that.
Joe Smith.
I think that drinking in a big crowd like that is not a fun thing. If you go inside of a club and you have the club environment as opposed to on the street, it's much better and stuff.
And Mike Loyal says, what is fun for you? How do you loosen up? Karaoke?
I think I think I would have if I would have went into any one of those bars and stuff and just had a drink and was in like a bar setting, I would have mellowed out. But to be on the street with just a bunch of no order, there's no order to it. It's just there's no order on the street. There's no. It's a very. It's not a good. I didn't like it. Same thing with New Orleans. I didn't like that or Key West. I don't like the. I don't like to be on the street. I'd rather be in a club. I think it's a different sort of environment. Do you agree? In a club,
I like
people
to
are more
experience
accountable
both.
for what
Like,
they do.
if I'm in New Orleans, I want to see some jazz and I want to be in clubs. A limited time on the street, but then definitely the club scene, especially in the core French Quarter.
Well, this is my point. If people are on the street, it seems like they don't want to. They feel that they won't be held accountable for what they do. But if they're in a club, they'll be held accountable for what they do. Because if they act stupid, they will get, beat up by the bouncers or thrown out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's some sort of accountability. People behave better.
I think the night would have gone better if the woman hadn't initially hit his camera at the beginning. I think that really threw him off. And then within 5 minutes, the guy with the Prince Albert and not wearing any clothes at all, that just like,
Well, that caught me off guard.
yeah,
man.
caught him off guard. It's like, I got to take the stream down, and I cannot believe it.
I realized I was dealing with something else.
Got blocked Cesar after one chat. Well, that's what I'm saying, Mallory. I got done with Cesar. He was just a user, Yeah, in Toronto now, Christina. Yeah. I'm going to be here until Wednesday morning, so.
So is the crowd more mellow in San Francisco if they're more pot like weed smokers than
No, it's a much more wild
louder crowd?
Yeah, because you'll have gang invasion come to the event and they'll start some shit with another gang
Another
here.
gang, okay.
And all of a sudden, it's a melee on the street.
Different
people
kind of
are throwing
drugs.
punches. And all of a sudden the cops come in and that infuriates the other people. Oh, pigs are here. Like it's a throwback to the 60s. Oh, they would really take the stream down. No, they wouldn't take the stream down for a public event, no. They would just slap an adult content warning because it's real life on the street. But he doesn't, I'm not going to tell people how to run their channel. He just, boom, that's it, it's gone. He doesn't take a chance. For Wednesday, Detroit, not the Metro. I'll probably be doing that, And I'm looking forward to seeing, yeah, man.
No, I just want to go to Detroit for the food. I have no interest in walking
Yeah.
and doing the whole.
That's more my shtick and all
That's
that.
what she's into.
Yeah. My pepper spray back. So.
There's Greek Town in downtown Detroit. There
Yeah,
are
we got to
some
remember
places.
to do
There's Royal.
Chinatown here. We got to remember to go to Chinatown in Toronto. Yeah.
There's also Little Italy, but in Detroit there is Greek Town. There's
Yeah.
Royal Oak. There's the other places that are.
So I'm looking forward to that. The poppers will loosen you up. I don't know.
No, I'm fine. I've got my gear on. If you want to show them my sneakers, I've got my walking shoes. See that? Walmart, $30.
There you
I'm
go.
all geared up, so I can walk fine. I got my,
Choochin on the streets of Toronto.
I'm all black,
Oh, man.
all tacked out.
Somebody said, is there anything that's disappointed you about Canada? And honest to goodness, the only thing that's disappointed me about Canada is how restricted the cell phone high-speed data is. It's almost like they're rationing out that. You get so spoiled in the U.S. with high-speed data. Now, is that, it's just something you live with. There's a lot more Wi-Fi available. But man, that really threw a crimp. That really depressed me the first day I was here. The first day I came in, trying to get used to the road signs, trying to get used to the gasoline prices, trying to get the speed on the road so I'm not speeding, doing 100 miles an hour instead of 100 kilometers an hour down the road.
So right now, are you going to officially thank the king for getting you, you know what I've done for you so far, right? Are you going to thank me? You want to tell him? Or you don't want to tell him? Oh, no.
Well, you've gotten good boondocking spots.
That's number one.
That's important because I'm saving $200 a night on a hotel room.
I found you good food, right?
Good food.
And what is the two other things?
The two other things. I'm trying to think.
Free, good Wi-Fi spots and free showers.
Yeah, good Wi-Fi spots and free showers. Yeah, that's four critical things for.
And that saved you how much
boondocking.
money on hotels? and
Oh,
stuff.
probably $1,000 to the good so far on this trip.
A
So.
good hotel is going to cost you what, $200, $300 a
Yeah,
night?
a decent hotel is going to be about 140 on the low end and maybe 200 on the upper end here. Canada's not cheap. And to be able to just comfortably boondock with no excessive heat. By 9:30 in the morning it gets a little warm, it gets me up. And
I found the safe boondocking areas for Rosie. That's number one. Number two, I found some good spots to eat. That's two. Free Wi-Fi, free showers, and I'm not saying I'm an expert in the city, but it's a little information that helped her out a little bit. So I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying I'm proud of
I'm
myself.
appreciative of that. I
just saying that I'm
I
proud of
have
myself a little
learned,
bit.
I have learned things about boondocking from Marshall. The main
Mr.
thing being it's doable. It's doable.
So
And I
Rosie
think
Ra-
he has a better opinion of my van now that he's seen me use my van.
I
For
think
stealth.
Rosie,
Cindy.
being in Toronto, she's actually used the van. She's actually a nomad
Yeah.
van dweller now. And even though it's a hard time, I kind of helped her doing that, and I feel good about myself that I did that. So
Well, like I said, from here on out, there's going to be very little in the way of hotel stays unless it's really blazing, unless it's terrible.
hot and stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Ginger. So I am appreciative of that, I'm allowed to feel warm. I keep my van very nice on the inside. I did get my new tripod selfie today. What do you think about that? No more falling over with the damn
Yeah, now, what would you say really a hotel on say the low end, or a decent,
At least $120 a night plus tax.
150 a night.
In June, 150 Canadian for a low end. But there's not a lot of Motel 6s. There's not a lot of hotels and motels near up here.
Right.
So, as a Canadian, I you, Dan. I love the Canadian spirit here. It's even infusing into the Asian. Hey, Camo, how you doing, Camo?
I see a lot of camaraderie with ethnic people there. Whether you go to the Assyrian area or the Asian area, I see a lot of people that get out and hang out at the coffee shops and malls, and I just don't see that in Chicago. And that's what I like about Toronto. You notice that?
Oh yeah.
You notice the camaraderie. You see.
Yeah.
Is it like that in California? I don't think so.
Well, I like the way the city's also sectionized. Like you can go into the Assyrian, Middle Eastern area, you can come into the Chinese area, and I'm sure there's more Vietnamese type of area. And then there's probably the traditional Italian area, which is probably shrinking and being taken over
So
by.
in Santa Rosa, it's mostly just either
Good to see you, Pam.
Hispanic or white, right?
No, I've really living it. Boondocking in a van has been tremendous. It's been great.
Well, because the weather's been perfect.
Yeah, the weather's been perfect.
So
So that's really been a good thing. I've found some areas of Chicago really cool. You know, myself, I'm looking forward to going back and doing more of the food scene there. I barely scratched the surface. I haven't done a hostel. I may do some hostels on the way back. Hostels aren't as big on the east. I mean, they're more of a coastal phenomenon. It's a win-win, Ginger, because I get to save the money every day like that. It's saving me money. So all of a sudden the expenses have gone down. And I don't eat that much anyway in the way of food. Today was a treat with the dim sum because I'm here and it was a chance to do it. And I quite enjoyed it. Downtown. Yeah, I enjoyed poor Chicago. But it was cold as hell, man. It was cold as hell. Yeah, I've always had a formula allowed me today. Okay, there you go, Mallory.
have you noticed though Chicago is such an easy city to navigate? How it's laid out. It's such a grid system. It's so easy, right?
It's also flat as a flounder. No, it's fine, Odomay. You better contact me what's going on these days, Odomay, too. I love Canadian people. I don't care whether they're Asian extraction, Middle Eastern, everybody's been top flight and very kind. They would go out of their way. When I'm fumbling with the money and doing this, they're helping me out, grabbing the coins and all that. I like the way they are. I've only heard one horn hunk in here, maybe two horn hunks. Salt Lake, everybody's laying on the horn. LA, Santa Rosa, they're all...
I think they're more road rage in California, right? Much more road rage.
Yeah. Scammy, bold guy. Hosey looks tired. No, I've been sleeping very well. I got up around 9:30 today. Went to bed about, maybe 3 o'clock last night. Got up at 9:30. Very, very small sample of people. No, not everybody is kind. But I'm saying, on the whole, what would you say about the people? The Canadian people are nice people.
Oh, the Canadian people, yeah, they're friendly. They have a lot of camaraderie. They get together, they talk. They're used to travelers coming up here. They're hospitable. Yeah, they're very cool. They're very chill. I like it. I like a lot of people. I think it's my confidence.
And they love Tim Hortons. I've never seen anything comparable. Now, I'm not a Starbucks person. But my God, there's a Tim Hortons every block in Toronto, and every one of them is filled. Yeah, I saw the hostels. I wanted to just do the van. And the coffee here is great. This Tim Hortons coffee is right on a par with Dunkin' Donuts. Same smoothness, not all the sharpness and all that.
Very mellow,
Yeah, it's a light roast, which is really, really good. See, is that one around? Bring the show. Same all over the river. There's some good people. Yeah, exactly. Dancing Shadow. It's exactly the same. So I'm gonna go about 10 more minutes. Lady T, how you doing, sweetie?
What's up,
Nice to see you. I know where she is now in around the metro area of Detroit. I'm looking forward to that. I brought the van to sleep in it. That's exactly right. And come hell or high water, I'm going to sleep in it. You know. So really, my expenses in Toronto collapsed and went down dramatically when I got here.
Rosie, how would you rate your experience in Toronto compared to other places you've been at on the road? Let's say between 1 and 10. What would you rate it? I mean, compared to other places you've been. I know we all know you love Vegas and stuff.
I would give Toronto. I would give like for entertainment and excitement and stuff like that, visual stimulation.
Right.
I don't think there's any place like Las Vegas. I mean, I really enjoy the, you know, and the street screen.
Right.
But for livability and kindness, you know, I found Nebraska kind of cold, you know, and some of the people were, you know, it was tough to deal with, like the state
Not very
trooper.
friendly.
I would say this is about a 9, you know, this area up here.
Would you say that you like the people here better than Vegas?
Yeah, if Leroy wants to meet me, I'll meet Leroy. Oh, thank you, Lady T says I can sleep there. That's great.
Would you say Canadians are more friendly than people from Las Vegas?
Thank you, Lady T. I appreciate that.
I think they are much.
Las Vegas people are more friendly in the way that they, you know, they want your money. You know, they want to. They're more hustlers in Las Vegas. These people are just more purely kind, I think. Mr. X, people familiar drink coffee from daylight. Is Mr. X in the chat? I'm doing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna miss Tony Mullins. He was a good pal of mine.
Tony Mullins only passed away, really? Is that really true?
I'm not sure if he really did.
I don't know. The one thing I want to say is Rosie loves Tim Hortons. She has like 2 or 3 cups of. I've never seen her drink so much coffee. She always has. She wants 2 or 3 cups of it. Large. 2 or 3 large ones.
$1.90
Look at the difference.
Canadian.
This is a medium. This is a large.
$1.90 Canadian for this. $1.90. And you do that's like $1.39 US. Come on, man, can you beat it? That roast is right in the wheelhouse. I love that roast. So I still have to say the most amazing thing I've seen in Toronto was Marshall parking the Lisa Marie in core downtown on Friday.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
That was one of the most stressful. That's the most. I can only compare that to Miami Beach. Parking in downtown Toronto was.
Hey, how you doing, Greg? My family loves Tim Hortons. They're amazing, Andrea. They're just it's just such a gathering place. Laura, how you doing? Laura's Hope in the chat.
Laura's Hope, how you doing?
Yeah. I mean, the thing I like too is that people congregate here and they hang out. Yeah, so I got Andrea and I've got Lady T to see up in the Detroit metro area and Yale man. 3 people to see. I want to eat some of those Detroit dogs, Coney Island. I like that snap of the dog.
Oh, I love the chili cheese dog. That's the dog.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to compare the Detroit one with the Chicago one. There's a place in Chicago called Dogs or something like that.
Inner Circle.
No, there's like a place that was on Food Network. It's like called Dogs or something. How you doing, Cindy? Cindy, in this place today, you couldn't even hear yourself think this morning. It was so
I think
loud.
my favorite hot dog is the chili cheese dog.
I've not had poutine yet, so I want to make sure I try poutine. Oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate that, honey. Thank you. I've been restricted to uploading, to videoing and editing, so I think you can buy Tim Hortons in the U.S. Try him too. I like the burger. I think I will tomorrow, Andrew. I'll try a Tim Hortons. He likes the muffins. He talks about the muffins. Tim Hortons.
Oh, the Tim Hortons has got good scones. The scones are good. The muffins are good. Yeah, a lot of the bakery items are good.
What did you think of the sandwich?
Sandwiches?
Do you have a crust set?
They're overpriced. Really small.
Poutine, quite disgusting, very expensive with real ways.
I don't think they can hear us. It's getting loud.
Okay, I think you can hear me okay. I definitely want to try the poutine.
It's getting loud. They probably can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's so loud in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting noisy. Anyway, I only got about 5 more minutes anyway, and then I'm shutting down. I mean, it's Tim Hortons coffee. I'd go into Starbucks and that brew, even when I asked for a light brew, it would be like a knockout punch. My stomach would be like acidic and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But this stuff is like, it's like Dunkin' Donuts is the only thing I can compare it to. Thank you again, Goldie Khan, for your kindness. Much appreciated on your part there. Very appreciated. Yeah, Ginger, I didn't understand Starbucks. I don't know how to order things at Starbucks. I don't understand the latte, the frappuccino.
Monroe's at Starbucks. It's light. It still tastes very, very bitter. You have to put a lot of cream and sugar in it. It's very dark brew. Very dark.
So I'm going to try the poutine. White gravy on fry. I'm looking forward to trying it. You know, I grew up in Baltimore. Gravy fries were a big tradition. Have fries and put gravy on it.
One of the unique things is poutine, which is cheese curds, gravy, and fries. I haven't had it yet.
I think we should try to eat some poutine. How you doing, Vicky? Nice to see you. I think there's a Tim Hortons in America. I wish they were in California.
We are Choochin on a Sunday evening
Sunday night.
at an undisclosed Tim Hortons. Now let $1 million man laugh.
Chicken bacon. Okay, there we go, Mike Boyle.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody's got a price for the Queen of Freedom.
Lady T said hi, Elvis.
What's going on, Lady T?
Yeah, you got to unblock. I unblocked a lot of people today. Chat. Hey, Ward. And I don't know if Oda May is here, but I really want you to contact me. I did.
Are you going to address some of your moderators?
I did remove one classy redhead's French, not because she didn't do anything, but she's not been in the chat, so she may have unsubbed the channel. Keith Gregory, how are you? Hey, Rosie and Elvis. So if one classy redhead comes back, that's fine. She can have a wrench. Anything I do, it reduces the mod core down to a very slim number. Ginger No Soul has just been doing an absolutely incredible job for me. I don't know, she just is amazing. The job that she's doing as a mod. There's Oda May, there she is. Yeah, I need to talk to Oda May. I've been hearing some crap and stuff, so I got to make contact with you. Brown gravy. So I got about 2.5 minutes left. Any final words on so far? And you've been here a long time. How long have you been here?
I've been here a few weeks. A lot of places I haven't seen. I was waiting on Rosie because Rosie is a very motivational person. I think that there's a lot to see in Toronto. No, I haven't had my fill, but I am at the same time homesick, and my mom misses me, so I don't want to be out on the road too much longer until I get back to Chicago. And looking forward to trying to see Michigan and some other things, but at the same time, I want to get back home to Chicago.
Yeah, maybe you'll wait when I come back up through the mid of Detroit there, the hand part of it, to come back up. I don't think I'm ever going to get up to the UP, the upper part, but we will see. Yeah, too many mods kids. I like to keep it really slim. Hey, Beavis. No, I like to tell Oda May. Oda May's not in trouble. I care about Oda May, that's all.
What about some of your, you said moderators are blocking people?
Well, a lot of people, I don't know who got, a ton of people got blocked off, yeah. I used to have about 8 people on my block list, and then it exploded to like 60 people. 60 people, yeah. There you go. It is loud. I'm going to go ahead, and I got about less than 1 minute to go. I know that's a beautiful world, Michael Loyal. Hopefully the next time I come through, I enjoy the people of Michigan. They look tall to me in Michigan. They look very athletic, and it looks like a very sporting state, Michigan. And I understand why the Spartans and the Wolverines, Michigan wins titles and stuff.
I can barely hear you, Rosie. So
Okay, well, all right, I'm down to my last. I just want to knock it off in an hour. Thank you, Keith Gregory. Yeah, okay, I'm 5'6", so.
You want to stand up again for him? No?
Yeah, let's stand
Now,
up.
let's stand up. Hold on. For the record, we're both wearing tennis shoes, so hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Stand up over here. Hold on. We got to put the camera.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see if we can stand. Hold on.
I think that's right.
No, but just. Oh. There we go.
Come back here.
Walk back here. We're both wearing tennis shoes. You can see.
I got a regular one, so I'm a little.
Well, see, I think we both got tennis shoes. So.
There it is. Take that mug shot. There we go. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, nice pose. That'll show up on a few things. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being along for Choochin on a Sunday night in Toronto.
Learn to love it. Learn to live with a style and profiling.
Thank you, everybody. Love you, Andrew. Everybody else. Thanks, Jeffrey Perez.